So continuing on, next up is Missandei. She's rocking. I'll let you take this one, but I do just want to say that I think I don't know. Obviously, her outfit's completely new. That pendant is bad fucking ass. But I want to make a comment on how her armor, like her leather, that almost looks like something that might be inspired from the Unsullied, like Grey Worm, you know?
Definitely. Yeah, she looks incredible. I mean, she always looks incredible, but she her actual suit now. Again, it's the same thing. These guys that have come over from Essos and now in Westeros, they really do look like they mean business now. Her pendant's dope. I'm not sure what it signifies. I mean, obviously it's the three heads of the House Targaryen, but I don't know if it means she has a special position now in season 7, like Tyrion's the hand, and maybe she's got something else that makes her integral to the politics of it. Or maybe, obviously, if Daenerys sets up her own Westerosi style small council, obviously she'd more than likely be a part of that. But yeah, I really like what she's going for. I really like that picture and that pose.
Yeah, she's like you could almost insert any kind of speech bubble and make it look like she's saying it, because like her mouth is in the perfect position. Whoa, that sounded creepy as well. Let me withdraw that statement. But yeah, no, I think she's ready for war, because she's never been, really armored up like that. She definitely has got the look of like, I'll die for Daenerys. I'll die for Daenerys' cause if need be. And honestly, let's face it, we're gonna be losing some major characters this next season 7 and season 8. Like we have
either her or Grey Worm won't make it this season.
Definitely.
I think it'll be Grey Worm. I think Grey Worm dies, but I'm not. Obviously, I don't know, but yeah, it'll be between those two.
I don't know if you follow Amelia on Instagram, but she is always anything the actor. Well, I know his rap name, Raleigh Ritchie. Because Raleigh's like where I live at, so it's easy for me to remember that. I can't think of. Do you know his actual name?
I forget his real name. Let's find out.
I think it might be Richie something. I don't know. But yeah, so his rap name is Raleigh Ritchie. Whenever he posts something,
Jacob Anderson.
There we go, Jacob Anderson. That's a fucking normal name. He doesn't sound like a Brit. That's a normal. Not that British people don't have normal sounding. God, I sound like a jackass.
Hey, my name is Dominic Thomas. I mean, we all have normal names, unfortunately.
I didn't even mean to sound like that, but no, I meant like we'll just say a regular name. Like that's a regular sounding name. Like you'll have like Amelia Clark, which sounds gorgeous.
Oh, that's a cool name. Yeah.
Or Maisie Williams. I'm sounding creepy as shit. I'm naming but yeah, anyway. Let's get back on track here. So yeah, Jacob Anderson, whenever he posts something on Instagram, Amelia Clark always likes it. So like, you can go to your following feed on Instagram, and like I always see like whenever Amelia is active, if I'm on Instagram, I'll try to like comment on her picture, so maybe she'll just see it. And this is my like real life like Instagram, not like my Sir Hunt's Instagram, because I don't want her to get creeped out. Not that she'd probably get creeped out either way. But anyway, she's always liking his picture. I think that's interesting. And maybe that could be like a little bit of a sign, like maybe she's feeling a little bit reminiscent because she knows that they've already wrapped up filming. So if he does die, he's already died, and she still wants to remain friends with him outside the show. So, maybe that's kind of, I know it's probably feeding into it, and I just should have straight up just said, all right, I'm going to be Preston Jacobs for this part of the video. But basically, like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like she knows she's not going to film with them next year, so she wants to, she misses him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're all really close, those guys who are over in Essos, because out of all of the Game of Thrones cast, they've kind of been together from the start, like without really splitting up. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we all know that Maisie and Sophie are close friends in real life, but they haven't seen each other since season 1, in the show. So they probably don't film together.
Exactly.
But with Amelia and Jacob and Natalie Manuel, the girl who plays Missandei, they've been together pretty much since around the start, So it makes sense that they're really close.
Yeah, and it's crazy because with most shows, even if the characters don't film scenes with each other, they still see each other because they're on set together. But because Game of Thrones is so fucking worldly, A lot
Exactly.
of these
Yeah.
actors have never even met each other, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the crazy thing. I mean, literally. I mean, Jon Snow and Daenerys are probably our two main characters. Have only met in like promo shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
Traffic.
yeah, and they're friends. I know they're friends in real life too. They hang out
Yeah.
occasionally. But that's probably only because they're like the two main characters. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like you were saying, when they're doing press stuff, they've met each other.
Yeah.
I think what's crazy is that, like, have you heard the rumors that supposedly the actor Lena Headey and the actor who plays Bronn, they can't be in the same room together or whatever? Have you heard that?
Yeah, they used to date or something.
Yeah.
They can't
That
stand
should
each
be
other.
interesting because we all know that, you know, Bronn's with Jaime. So Bronn, Jaime, and Cersei are probably going to be sharing a fuck ton of scenes. So that should be interesting to see if we pick up on any kind of extra tension there.
I love Lena Headey. Like, she's just like, in real life, she's just like the coolest woman. And and Bronn is probably the coolest character on the show. So I would kind of like to see them share scenes together. But yeah, it's the same. It's a shame.
I agree with you. I like Bronn a lot. There was a shout out to Ideas of Ice and Fire, but he actually did a video last season where he got a lot of hate in that video, but he was basically talking shit about how shitty of a character Bronn is and how he hates him. I was like, what? I don't see that.
No
That was
way.
crazy.
Bronn kind of is like, we need that sort of rogue, you know?
Yeah, he's hilarious. Like Bronn is really funny. But continuing on here, next up is probably next to Daenerys, my personal favorite character, and that is the boy Sandor Clegane.
Sandor, and he's back and everything. Yeah. I'm still not sure how I feel about him coming back, to tell you the truth. I kind of like the ending that was suggested for him in the books, which was kind of that he just found peace away from all the fighting, because it kind of did well for his character. But him coming back and having his sort of, just, I don't know, it feels like one last ride for him. You know what I mean? He's going to kill a lot of people and he'll probably die well. But in regards to his costume here, I mean, it looks, I mean, again, it's all black. Looks cool. I mean, he's with the Brotherhood at the moment, right? We don't know if he'll stay with them for long.
Yeah, he's with Thoros and Beric. But what's interesting, though, is that we've never seen him wear anything like this. Like, he's always had his armor, and we saw him with his, like, basically pillager clothes or villager clothes, you know, last season. And then once he kills that guy, he takes his boots. So it's almost like he's collecting shit as he goes. So that leads me to the question of, who the hell did he kill to get this from? Because this almost looks like, right? Yeah, it almost looks like everyone else's northern garb, you know, like
everybody looks so well done in these promos. They all look like they've all been to the tailor and they've had something fitted and it fits well. He looks like he's wearing something Samwell would wear, you know?
You know what it could be? And, you know, this might be like, spoiler or not, but it could be because Daenerys is financing everyone that except for obviously her enemies, but everyone who would potentially align themselves with her and for, you know, the betterment of Westeros, which is obviously fighting the White Walkers. They've got her money, so she's got them all in the best garb. Like, this is why we see Brienne's got a new coat. You know, like, obviously they're in line with the Starks, so the Starks can have the possibility to provide them with new gear and shit like that. But would that not be nuts if the reason why everyone is so well put together is because Daenerys is like, y'all are all my lackeys, and my lackeys are gonna look, you know, spot on.
Yeah. Could be Daenerys, or it could be somebody else financing a power in Westeros that they want to see take control, like maybe the Iron Bank or something, because they still need to get their due. But yeah, no, that would be cool to see. I mean, like I said, it just doesn't look like, especially after what we saw from Sandor last season, he really does look like he's got kitted up now. We just want to see kind of what side he's fighting for. I'm guessing the only thing that's going to concern the Brotherhood is really going to be the White Walkers. Yeah. Everybody wants Clegane Bowl to happen. I still don't see. I mean, it's never been an idea I liked, because at the end of the day, the Mountain is dead. I mean, I know he's undead, but he's dead, so I don't know what satisfaction Sandor gets from killing him. But I don't see Clegane Bowl happening. I just don't see the Hound going back south. What do you think on that?
Well, see, that's the thing. Anytime someone always says the Clegane Bowl, it's already happened. Remember when they fought in front of Robert? And
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's, you know, that was Clegane Bowl. But I think this you just, you know, we're talking about Bran warging stuff. What if Bran is able to warg the undead mountain because he's a zombie? Or what if, better yet, what if the Night King can control fucking undead mountain because he's already dead. Wouldn't
That
that
would
be
be
nuts?
cool.
Maybe that's how we get like, okay, like there is crazy leaps and bounds for this to happen. But remember, everything's gonna be moving fast track. What if somehow the Night King ambushes everyone when they're having that meeting or whatever? Spoilers at Dragonstone, when they're all having that meeting, maybe they get ambushed and the Night King or one of the whites is able to control Franken Mountain and starts making them go nuts. And then Sandor shows up and bam! Oh,
see, that would be cool, but it just sounds a bit too good to be true. Do you know what I mean? It sounds a bit too like fan fictiony because it's like, oh man, that'd be awesome. And every time I think something would be awesome, I think that's not going to happen because
I think the only way that could like realistically happen, other than that crazy way, I was basically joking, but if somehow Sandor makes himself like, if he aligns himself with Daenerys because she knows that Daenerys is obviously the best for Westeros, and maybe he's one of her guards, and maybe he squares off with maybe Cersei's put on trial. She demands trial by combat, and then her champion is obviously Sandor. I mean, not Sandor, Gregor. And then Sandor steps up and he's like, well, I'll be the champion of the people. You know what I mean? Because he was kind of like, you know, he was brought back to life and healed by someone who is in line with the Faith of the Seven. So he could somehow be the champion of, you know, the Faith of the Seven or whatever.
And I still think maybe we'll see him meet Arya again, or Sansa, and maybe that way he could form an alliance to Jon. You know, because
definitely.
Yeah, I just think I think he's always been like, because he is kind of a softie at heart. You know, obviously he's a nutcase, like he's a softie at heart, and we like seeing stuff like that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's how he'll choose sides.
Hell yeah. All right, so next up is Sophie freaking Turner. For those of you who don't know, that is, and I'm saying Sophie Turner because we've kind of been talking about her a lot this morning, but this is Sansa Stark, and she, honestly, I've never seen her wear garb like this. Like, she's straight up in Stark gray, full on like Black Queen looking, you know. Yeah, what do you think about her? You think she's going to be doing some damage this season?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love this. I love everything. Even this ring thing that she has in the middle of her chest. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Sophie and how they tackle the whole Stark. How they tackle the whole which Stark is in charge, because obviously Jon is now King of the North, but Sophie really is House Stark. You know, I still kind of think that a lot of it lies with her. So I think we're going to see a few marriage suitors for her this season, but I don't know that she'll be too interested. And as she said, she doesn't know about war, but through everything she's been through, she's got to know people and politics. So I want to see how that plays into everything. And in this costume, she looks so much more regal. She looks so much more commanding. So I don't think she's going to be somebody to just get along with Daenerys as well if they end up meeting. Do you know what I mean? I think she's going to kind of want to defend defend the North. She's not going to like the idea of 3 dragons and a foreign queen coming in.
Exactly. And honestly, that's going to be one of Jon's biggest barriers to kind of form the official alliance with Daenerys. I think what'll happen is Jon is going to be like, look, I need to go out and recruit as many people as possible. And he's going to be like, look, Sansa, I want you to stay safe here at Winterfell. You do the ruling thing. You know, he already tried to give it to her before they had the King of the North scene. So he doesn't really want the title, let alone all the responsibility that comes with it. So she's been kind of training her whole story arc on the TV show to become like a leader. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be the role that we see her fulfilling as Lady of Winterfell. She's going to be like basically in charge of everything in the North while Jon is out doing the do, like getting shit done. Yeah. And commenting to what you said on suitors, how do you feel about what if like Tyrion, because technically they're still married, what if when Daenerys comes back, he like starts charming her?
That's cool. That's a cool idea. I like that because they are still married, technically, I guess. Well, the Bolton thing, I don't really know.
Oh yeah, well that was an illegitimate marriage because technically, technically Ramsay was like legitimized by a king who wasn't legit himself. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, Roose was never really Warden of the North because he was also given that title. Well, no, he was given that title by Tywin. So shit, man, there's some technicalities there.
So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Like who's married to who? But I like the idea that her and Tyrion will maybe form an actual bond, because there's a lot of power in that. I mean, if Tyrion does end up taking over House Lannister, and we don't know that will happen, but there's still quite a bit of power in that marriage, and she will need to find somebody that can actually match her level of status.
Yeah, definitely. I think if anything, maybe like you were saying, something will get rekindled, because Tyrion was definitely not an asshole to her. But something else that I just remembered. Remember last season, she was a little bit flirty with Dolores Ed.
Oh yeah, yes.
That was giving him the eye.
Yeah, unfortunately, I doubt he'll get his shot. But I wouldn't mind seeing her marry someone common. But yeah, no, I doubt that will happen. She will. I think they'll have to find a match. Obviously, Baelish is going to try and make the play that it should be him, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, speaking of Baelish, we'll do a whole video on that fucking Baelish, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry Sansa. You think I'll let the imp do it? Oh, that wasn't a good one. Damn, I'll try to slip that in. All right, but yeah, continuing with the theme of gingers, next up is Tormund, Giant's Bane.
Tormund's dope. I love Tormund. He's probably my favorite character. And I love that his gear still looks very wildling, you know? He doesn't look like he's scrubbed up too well.
Exactly. He hasn't changed at all. He's still got his wounds from last season. He's the only one who's got an open wound on his face. They're trying to let you know Tormund is not one to change. Even though he has the opportunity to wear, I'm sure, they could strap him on with some real armor. He's like, nah, fuck that. I want my wildling first because I'm a savage. He's trying to show that, him and Brienne need to make some ginger babies, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what that face is. That's the where's Brienne face. I want
exactly
of a woman.
I mean, they better get together. I'm not a person that's usually into shipping and stuff, but that needs to happen. And,
or at least at the very, because I kind of want her to be with Jaime. I think if Jaime does survive, I kind of want her to end up with him. But there needs to be more of those awkward ass scenes where he's like eating the chicken, looking at her like, yeah.
that smile when they were at the wall. That was perfect.
They're on horseback, and he's just like.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of love for Tormund. There's not much to say on the costume because, like you said, he looks like he's just stepped out of the Battle of the Bastards. He doesn't look like there's been any real difference. But yeah, he looks real cool.
He's still got snow in his fucking hair and beard. Like you can even see like the flakes of snow. He like just came in from outside. He's like, "Oh, we're taking a picture. Let's do it."
And here's the thing: you got to remember, he's kind of the de facto leader of the wildlings on the show now. So you've got a guy who has quite a strong force if he can muster them properly. And if Jon wants to give them like the new gift or something, I mean, they can become quite a powerful force in Westeros.
Definitely. Kind of moving things along a little bit. Tyrion is wearing a new outfit. It's pinstriped. And I know that's the Hand of the Queen emblem. It looks really. I guess the main difference would be that it's gold. What do you think about Tyrion's outfit? Is that kind of like a business suit, a medieval business suit?
Yeah, it looks too stylish. He looks like that cost a lot, like even by Westeros standards. So yeah, like if Armani did Westeros clothes.
Rocking the Imp by Armani.
I love it.
He's got some leather underneath, so it's almost like he's got the same tailor that Missandei had, where it's like a little bit unsullied and inspired,
Yeah.
I would have personally liked to see him rocking something red, just showing his not only like black and red, obviously, showing his support for Daenerys, but also reminding us that he's still, Lannister. It could be like he could have a black, the whole suit would be black, and then he'd have like a red cloth, which, is red and fire and blood, and also Lannister red. You know what I mean?
That would be cool. Yeah. I mean, Tyrion, he looks probably the best he has since we saw him in the early seasons, And
he looks somewhat sober.
So exactly, and it looks like we're finally going to get to see Tyrion back at his best, advice-wise, because he started to reach that level again last season. So I'm looking forward to what he does, because I mean he works best in politics, you know, and we're going to get to see a lot of. I mean, it's wartime now; it's winter, so we should hopefully get to see some cool scenes with him, his buddy Varys. I mean, I love the friendship between Tyrion and Varys. There's like a few friendships in the show that I really like Jaime and Bronn and stuff, but I like Tyrion and Varys as well. So hopefully they can take down Baelish.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from him and Varys last season was when he's like, "Do you know what it's like to have to push your shit through little holes or whatever for 6 months?" He's like, "Do you know what it's like to pick that shit up and throw it overboard?" Like, yeah. He's like, "Dude, he's like, yeah, you've had it shitty, but I've been cleaning up behind your mess because you decided." He's like, "I don't know what the hell you did back there, but you know, obviously the fucking alarm started ringing off immediately." So it's like, yeah, he went and killed his daddy.
Exactly.
He's been cleaning up after his shit for a while, but that was a really good one.
I mean, he's awesome.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Tyrion. He looks awesome. The clothes, his scar, his outfit, everything about him looks like he means business. Like you said, it's like a Westerosi business.
Yeah, he's like straight for, almost you want to put the politics aside and let's just cut straight to the business. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just would have personally, like I said, liked to see him wearing either maybe like a dragon pendant or some kind of, something other than the Hand of the Queen pendant. You know what I mean? I would have liked to see him.
Yeah, I would like some lion imagery, because I kind of like his connection to the Lannisters, because for everything he's been through, Tyrion's always been proud to be a Lannister. It's just obviously Tywin didn't want him to have anything to do with actually taking over, but I wouldn't mind seeing like a lion pendant or something, just to suggest, look, I'm still a Lannister. I may be exiled and whatever, but I'm still a Lannister.
And a Lannister always pays his debts, and that debt being to Cersei of her joy turning to ash in her mouth, and he's going to be paying that debt this season.
That's going to be interesting.
It's interesting that it was ash. Didn't he say ash? If I'm not mistaken, he said
he did say ash, yeah.
Yeah, and now guess what? He's coming back with the fire. Like, yeah,
that's right. And ash-colored clothes.
Yeah, and a whole new fucking wardrobe too. Everyone's dressed to a T this season. All right, so that's gonna be wrapping this episode up. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Real quick, Dom, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you again?
Yeah, youtube.com/theatomicdom. Come check me out. I do make good videos. A lot of Game of Thrones stuff. I do some other stuff, but mostly Game of Thrones. And yeah, some good stuff. So give me a chance. Go over there and check out my stuff.
All right, and you can actually click up here on the video right now, and that'll take you straight to his channel. The like goal for this video will be, let's say, 42. I know I keep doing that. It's a random number because I know I'm going to be 42 one day, and once I get that age, I'll be old as shit. Leave us your thoughts down in the comment section. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews.